Hello and welcome back to Analog Comics. I've been quiet for a while. I've been quite busy with my real life. But then I read this album, Lucky Luke, Untamed in English. This is a Finnish version. And I had so much fun with it that I decided I have to say something, even if doing it quickly. You see, I wouldn't say gave up, but kind of gave up with Lucky Luke after Rene Goscinny passed away and stopped writing stories for the Lucky Luke. Maurice continued to make the albums with other writers. I have most of them too, but after Maurice passed away too, and the work was given to other creators, that's kind of a black hole for me at the moment. Those creators, they kept doing the Lucky Luke with the same style as Maurice. The graphics should look very much the same, and also, of course, the stories should fit the canon of Lucky Luke. Then they had this idea that let's give certain artists permission to deviate from the graphical style of the regular Lucky Luke, and also from the constraints of that Lucky Luke, the canon style writing, so that writer can do whatever they want with it. And that's how they got these two great albums. Matthew Bonhomme, I did a video about this, so I don't go too deep into them, but these were made in much more like a realistic style. Still very cartoony, but way more realistic than the regular Lucky Luke. Now, then back to this one. This one, I saw this in the stores and I kind of went around. I avoided this for a while. I don't like the basic setting that, let's take this famous character that is unlikely to get along with children or be raising children and make him do just that. I read too many comics that aren't good done with that idea. However, then I gave up and I bought this album. And it turned out that these two kids, they are the stars of this story. But before I go into that more deeply, let's talk about the maker, the creator. It's a pen name Blutch or Blutch. They're both correct ways to pronounce it because I never make mistakes with pronunciation. He has written and drawn the album, and then there was a separate colorist, Daniel Plancou. So these two kids, sister and brother, they're not well. They are very damaged people, damaged children, and they are disturbed children. And it's kind of funny to say that they are delightfully disturbed. Rose, sister here, she's like possessed. She's the type of person that would shout fire in a crowded place. In many ways, she kind of does that many times here. And then her brother, Casper, he is even more out there. He's like completely detached from this world. Like these two kids, they feel like if life was a theater play and we all get our script, these two kids, they got a completely different script. They're reading completely different script. They're super fun. And they come into the story on the second page. That's when I fell in love with them, on the same page. But there are other kind of characters here that grow on you, or at least they grow on me gradually. Let's see how this starts so we get a little bit of the graphics. First of all, I won't show you too many pages because it's a short story, so you don't get too much. I'm just here to tell you that this is good. But this is also in Finnish, so you will not understand anything of the pages anyway. So this is the start. Lucky Luke arrives at the rubbish culch, and he brings in this particular prisoner. And because it's this particular prisoner, it starts a chain of events that Lucky Luke will come to regret many times. It just starts snowballing after that. And back to these delightful characters. One of them is the sheriff of Rubbish Culch. I'll show you what I mean here. Here you can see his work desk. It's full, like massive piles of these wanted posters. Those are all the works that he hasn't done. This person is so natural, so smooth at avoiding to work at all that it's brilliant. I mean, regularly I would get annoyed by this kind of character maybe, but here it's like it belongs to him. He has owned the laziness. He's like beyond lazy. It's just so smooth. It's him. That is reserved for him. The writing is good. And because of that, also the graphics kind of grew on me even more. First, I was kind of a bit wary of the thing that the graphics are close to the real Lucky Luke, but not the actual thing. It wouldn't be easy for me if this would be completely different type of graphics. And one more detail about the writing here is kind of Rene Goscinny type repeating gag. It shows how well this creator knows Lucky Luke history and he knows Rene Goscinny's writing style. Here it's these men. They just stand there seeing people come and go and they just stand there commenting about it. You know, they are the type of guys who just know better. They have no idea what's going on, but they have an opinion about it. And it makes these otherwise kind of dull moments when you have to show that someone is going or coming. It makes the panel just more fun, more meaningful, and you know it has its worth in the story because the panels are used really well here. This is a very tight story. You're being entertained all the time, but having these repeating gags is a big nod to Rene Goscinny. And lately I've been doing so much content about Rene Goscinny that this was a really special detail for me. Then we get, of course, the regular bar fights, dancing girls, and let's see here. We got these up here in the base. Old angry ladies, there are angry teachers, there are angry everybody just piling on Lucky Luke who's trying to get a hold of these kids. Nothing works, no one can get a hold of them. And at the same time there is a mystery to solve and also a crime to solve. And the time is running out and it all keeps piling on Lucky Luke. This, and maybe we'll look some other pages still. Here's one opening. So this was a really nice surprise. I was actually also happy not just to read it, but also I was happy that it was good Lucky Luke. It's great that after so many years of series starting that you still get the same fun out of it. The story is more modernized, and because the creator doesn't have to follow exactly the Lucky Luke rules. Since we are talking about also the English version, it's called Untamed, and it's available through Cinebook. Cinebook has a really good selection of Lucky Lukes. I think they are translating basically almost everything that's come out. But if you go to Cinebook's site, they have divided Lucky Lukes into two categories, and there's a good reason for that. If you search in the upper bar, you see search by character, and then it brings lots of characters, and there's Lucky Luke. That contains the Lucky Lukes that look like Morris. So there is all the Morris work and all the albums that came after by other creators but look like the real Lucky Luke. But then there is another category called Lucky Luke by, and that is reserved for these albums that are made by artists who have been given this permission to deviate from the graphics and also deviate from the story style. As a really long time Lucky Luke fan, I felt that this album, the writing was a bit more towards adults. It's not like you couldn't show this to children, but I mean what you get out of it. Rene Goscinny's writing, there was always that clear layer for children, and then there was another layer that adults could see, like more on top of it. But I feel like this is more the type of humor in it. There is more to have fun for the adults. But that's just the way I feel. I've read it already 2 times. And because I've had so much fun with these Lucky Lukes that look a bit different, I have a bit of a Lucky Luke fever now. I want to catch up on the stuff that I kind of left. Like the newest one. There's one Lucky Luke that came after this, and it looks like the classic Lucky Luke. It's called something like Brewing Trouble, something like that. And it revolves around the breweries in USA. And what I've read about it, I've seen about it, it's very interesting. I may start from that. But now I have this itch that I need to get all the Lucky Lukes that I've missed between Maurice and today. It's always nice to get this kind of itch back to old classics. I like the fact that these keep entertaining me decades and decades after the first stories came out. But that was everything I had to say here. Just a quick notice on the book and quick way to say hi to everybody. And I try to get back soon. But until that, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.